There. So this video will be about how the line tool and the arc tool work and how you can use those together and even in combination with rectangles and circles to create more unique figures to extrude. I am going to start by, so we could, if we wanted to, continue to work with sketch 1. Because you can get back into a sketch by double clicking. So now I'm back into sketch 1. I could continue drawing shapes. I don't think I'm going to do that just because it's a good opportunity to show you how you can make different sketches. So I will close the sketch and I'm going to hide the sketch. And I'm also going to hide all of the parts. So it's sort of as if we're starting out new. But we still have all that stuff. It's just hidden. So I'm going to create a new sketch. That's why I turned my plane back on. Remember, the P key can turn your planes on and off or show and hide them. And I'm going to go to sketch and I'm going to draw on the top again. And now I'm going to hide my planes again. Okay. I did not use the line tool when we first started because it's a little bit different from what maybe the line tools you used when you were first using computers. So number 1, I would really recommend not dragging. Click to establish an endpoint, move your line in the direction you want it to go, and click again. If you see a dash as you're moving around, it means it's perfectly horizontal. Similarly, if you see a dash, or if you see the perpendicular tool, that means I am making a perpendicular line, which means this is perfectly vertical. So the other thing I want to show you about the line tool is it never stops. Well, it doesn't stop until you close a figure. So the line tool assumes you're going to make a closed shape. If for some reason you don't want to make a closed shape, you just want to make a line, you can click to establish the line, and then you can hit the escape tool. And now I'm not in the line tool anymore, and that line is finished. So let's do it again. I'm in the line tool. If I just want to make this shape, which quite honestly, we almost always use closed shapes because we want to then extrude. You can't extrude things that aren't closed. So you need closed polygons for that. But if for some reason you did want this, you hit escape and the line tool stops. So that's a little bit of an adjustment for people that haven't used CADing before, is that the line tool continues to go on and on. Now I'm going to show you the arc tool, and you can see there's several different ones. I highly recommend the 3-point arc, and here's why. You click to establish one point, and then you click to establish how long you want the arc to be from start to finish. So I click again, and then there's a third click so you can decide the degree of the arc. It can go in this direction, it can be really shallow, or you can really bring it up and make a big arc. And you can also do it downwards. So maybe I just want this. If I want an arc going to the side, I can click to establish a point, establish my next point, and decide how many degrees I want. Okay. Typically, I think this is a fair statement. Typically, you wouldn't use the arc tool alone. You can see, I don't know if you notice that I'm pretty sure this is a semicircle. And so if I wanted to, I could then take the line tool and go from this point to this point, and I now have a semicircle. Similarly, I could take the arc tool and go from this end to this end and make a shape like that. So with both the line tool and the arc tool, A lot of times you're using them with something else. And you could even do this. Whoops, I'm in the arc tool. See how sometimes you don't realize what tool you're in? But I could take the arc tool and close this figure. So maybe I would want it to look like that. We're going to do something that, so you can actually see how you would use these. I think you're probably aware. I'm going to hit the escape tool. I'm going to delete all of this because that was just experimenting. So do take some time to experiment in using the line tool and the arc tool. Remember that you can click escape to leave that tool and get back to the selection tool. But I've selected all my shapes. I'm going to hit delete. And so they're all gone. And what we're going to do is we're going to make the CA logo where those two figures cross each other. I don't remember if I don't know if I remember it exactly, but it's fine to make our own version. So I will start with the arc tool to make a C. So I think I want it about that tall, and I'm going to want it like that. So I could make another arc similar, and in fact I'm going to. I'll show you the other tool that works well in a different video. So that C is about the same. I'm now going to take the line, and actually I'm going to take the line tool for a couple reasons. Number one, I'm going to close the endpoints. Okay. The figure we're making now, you're going to make it to submit. So make sure you're doing this one with me. Now I'm going to make an A. So I'm going to take a line, I guess up to here. And then I'm going to go across. And then I'm going to go down. And then I'm going to go across again. And then I'm going to go up to here, across, down again, and across again. And don't worry if yours doesn't look exactly like mine. Like, it's okay if it looks like a beginner did it, because you are a beginner. So I'm going to take the A. And we're going to want to extrude this, but if we try to extrude it now, it won't work well because there's too many intersecting lines. In fact, I think I need this part of the C to be the cross part of the A. So I'm going to redraw some lines. So here's a good lesson. We're going to need to use this. The scissors are called the trim tool. And what they do is they erase pieces that we don't need. So, for example, we don't want this line inside here. So I'm going to get rid of it. And I don't want this line inside of here. And let me refigure what this is going to look like. So I'm actually going to drag down to the arc this time. I'm going to take the line tool again, drag from here to here, hit escape because I don't want that line. And I'm going to take my trim tool again. I'm going to delete this one. And I'm going to delete this one because I want my line to come back up here. Whoops. Let me try that again. Line tool, start at this point, go to this point. Hit escape, I don't want that. The line tool from this point to this point, I don't want that line, so I'm going to delete it. The other line we don't want is this one. And I also don't think we want, let's see, this is supposed to be a hole. I'm wondering how to make that a hole. I don't think we want this one. Well, how can I get that a hole? Do I delete that one? No. Oh, we don't want this one. So I don't want this piece, and I don't want this piece. And I think we're going to be okay. Let's try it. There's two different faces. One face is the CA, and the other face is this A. And I'm wondering if you don't want this piece sticking out, or if you don't have that piece, it's fine. But maybe, well, actually, I'm going to stop my sketch here. So I'm going to confirm the sketch. I'm going to tip my point of view. I'm going to go to extrude, and I want to make sure I click this face. Oh, interesting. So it sort of worked, but I have an intersecting line that's in the way. I'm going to go ahead. So this has been extruded. It's not correct, but that's good in a way, because I want to show you something. I'm going to turn Sketch 2 back on. And this didn't work because I had this intersecting line. So I'm going to open Sketch 2 again. And we don't want this line here. So I'm going to go back to my scissor tool. I'm going to click this segment and watch the magic of Onshape. And this is true for all CAD programs, I think. When I click OK, the extrusion has automatically updated itself. So you can see there's our CA logo. And this little piece looks funny. So I think there's two ways we could handle it. We could get rid of it, or we could make it longer. So if I open Sketch 2 again, I'm going to zoom into that part. I could take my line tool and come further out and come down a bit. And then I'm going to hit escape. And now, no, I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to make a really slight arc from here to here. Very slight one. Okay. Then I'm going to get rid of these intersecting lines. And now when I click check mark, the extrusion fixes itself again. And we have that CA, which is pretty cool. So making a CA was really helpful in learning about the trim tool and learning how to combine the arc tool and the line tool. And yeah, so I'll stop there. But again, I expect for you to take a snip of this and go to the folder and go to your this week 3 assignment page and paste that screenshot here. And that is all for this one. Again, it's okay if yours doesn't look, if yours isn't, like if yours is a little messier than mine or even better than mine. It's more about me seeing that you can use the skills. So rewind and redo things as needed, and just keep at it. So we'll see you in one more video.